Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Kahila or Kay, and oh my gosh, I am so excited to film this video. Why? Hello, because I am talking about what I am knitting next. Actually, I don't know how many projects. Gotta get my handy dandy iPad, go to my notes app, because my notes app, that's my life, okay? Anybody else? Hello? Oh my gosh, I'm always in my notes app. So this is in here. Okay, my next 6 projects, okay? Yes. So Kalila, more copycatly, she's insane, and actually she went through her entire stash. I think she filmed a video. I might look for it. I might link it for you guys, but just go to her channel if you want to see it. But she literally went through her entire stash and assigned a project to each yarn. Insane. Our stash is huge, okay? My stash is big. Why can't I say stash? My stash is big. Her stash is big. What? I mean, I have over 100 patterns that I need to get through, but you will not catch me going through my entire stash and assigning a project to them. I don't operate like that. Like, I like structure, but not that much. Absolutely not. I'm looking at my yarn right now and I'm just like, that's a lot of yarn to assign projects to. Because for me, I know I will end up changing my mind. Like, I will end up changing my mind. It's like, that's a lot of yarn. I will change my mind, okay? I'll be like, ooh, this looks better like this. And then there'll be no point in having the list and the structure will be gone. So anyway, I operate in a different way, okay? I can plan out my next like 6 projects, and I will not change my mind about the yarn that I'm using, because I looked through it and I'm just like, yep, I want to do this pattern, I want to use this yarn, and I'm going to use it, and that'll be fine, okay? I will use the yarn that I assigned for my next few projects. I just can't do the entire stash. Absolutely not. No, I'm good. Anyway, so her video, that video, and then I watched, who else did I watch? Was it Alexandra? It could be Alexandra and somebody else. Knits by Mandy. I'm pretty sure it was Knits by Mandy, most likely. So I saw their videos and they talked about like what they're knitting next and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what? Let me sit down and talk about what I'm gonna be knitting, like yarn for my next, few projects and stuff. So then I went through my yarn and I was just like, boop, boop, boop. You're for this, and you're for that, and you'll be good for this, and oh my god, I like you for that. Oh, and yeah, so here I am. I have all the yarn with me right now. I'm going to show you the bags that I have them in. Okay, so let's have this right. We have this right here so you guys can see as well. Also, what am I wearing? I know this is not a podcast episode, but I am wearing something that I created back when I first started knitting. Oh my gosh, it is the Sunday sweater by Petiteknit. As you guys know, I'm obsessed with Petiteknit. You guys want to know why I'm obsessed with Petiteknit? Or can I say her name? Petiteknit. It's because of Tiffany Lou, okay? Typical Bliss. It's her fault. Blame her. Back when I was crocheting, I should probably talk about this in a podcast episode, but whatever. If you guys watch all my videos, then you won't miss out. Just saying. Anyway, so back when I literally only crocheted, hello, I'm Crochet with Kay, a knitter. Anyway, back when I only crocheted, I would watch like a bunch of knitters, like mainly Typical Bliss and AROS Knits and Pearls. I'm still obsessed with both of them. Hello. But back when I only crocheted, I would watch them because I would always get inspired by their knit projects. And Tiffany was always talking about Petiteknit, Petiteknit, Petiteknit. So I became obsessed with Petiteknit back when I crocheted, and I had no plans to knit at all. And then when I started knitting, who did I get into? Petiteknit, and now I'm obsessed, okay? And in my podcast episode, I said I had like over 70 of her patterns. No, I have over 80 of her patterns, okay? And it's just gonna get bigger. I just got the Sophia scarf thingy, got that pattern. I'm ready for the Monday sweater to come out because I'll be knitting that as well. Immediately, probably immediately. Honestly, I will see the construction, and if it's something super, okay, cracking my knuckles. If it's something that's super, sorry guys, if it's super simple and doesn't have anything that I haven't learned yet, oh, I'm hopping on that immediately. I don't even know what yarn I'm gonna use for it. Honestly, I should probably figure that out. I should honestly, wait a minute. I'm filming a video about my next few projects and I don't have that on there because I don't know the yarn that I'm gonna use, but I should go through my stash right now and figure out what, oh my gosh, I'm looking at yarn right now and, oh, okay, hold on. I gotta add the Monday sweater to this. I'm sorry. Monday sweater, because I just saw some yarn that will look so good. Are you serious? Okay, I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, I'm back and I am so excited. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, anyway, so let's just begin finally. Let me show you guys the bags that I have the yarn in. Oh my gosh. First of all, this one bag, I should have talked about it in my podcast. I will talk about it in my next podcast episode. I just forgot about it in my first podcast episode. Honestly, because it just came like the day before and it was not on my mind. Anyway, so I have yarn in here for my next few projects, and I also have yarn in here for my next few projects. And this is where I keep all my like cute little pins. I need to get more pins so I can just like fill up this entire thing, but have yarn in here and have yarn in this humongous new Petiteknit bag that just came out. I'll talk more about the Petiteknit bag in my next podcast episode. So that will be sometime this month. Anyway, the first project that I will be working on, I mean, honestly, let's not lie. I have already started on this project because it's the next thing on the list for me to work on. And I was going to film this video before I started on that project, but then like I kept pushing this video and then I started that project and I was just like, ooh, I should probably film this video before I put out any other video with this project already in it so you guys can, you know, see it here. Anyway, I will post pictures of the projects that I plan to work on so you guys can see and imagine what the yarn I'm going to show you is going to look like worked up in that pattern. Anyway, so the first one is It's Not a Sweatshirt by Knitting for Olive. Shocker, it's not Petiteknit, but we do have a lot of Petiteknit coming up, okay? Don't worry. Anyway, It's Not a Sweatshirt by Knitting for Olive. This is a project, a pattern that I have wanted to like knit up for so long. I feel like it's almost been a year now. I mean, it's almost been a year since I started knitting, so close to a year since I've wanted to knit up this pattern, and I was like, this is gonna be the pattern where I learn how to do German short rows because I hadn't done short rows before. I mean, now I have since I started on the project, but I was like, okay, this is the pattern that is going to teach me how to do German short rows. It's so easy, so good. So let me show you the yarn that I'm currently using for it. All right, this is the main yarn that I'm using. It's Biche Bouche lamb's wool and cashmere, and it is like the softest rustic yarn I have ever felt, and I love rustic yarns, okay? And I have British wool cones over there, okay? So I know what some rusticness feels like. Anyway, this is so good and so soft and so pretty. What's up with me and reds and oranges? I don't understand. Like, it's not a favorite color of mine. I don't dislike it, but red and orange. I have orange and orange. I am pairing this Knitting for Olive soft silk mohair with this, and I wore this sweater because I used this Knitting for Olive orange mohair with this sweater, so it's not as red as it, you know, could be because the orange mohair in it, and I used Drops Air, the red Drops Air and orange Knitting for Olive mohair with it, and I had so much yarn left over. Oh my gosh, I have so much yarn in my stash because I got most of this yarn when I was crocheting, and you need a lot more yarn to crochet than you do for knitting. So when I just like turned to knitting, I just had so much yarn. So I use a lot of yarns for like a lot of the same yarns for different projects. So yeah, paired these two together and it's so good. It is so good. Okay, so this yarn. Okay, let's start with the mohair. Knitting for Olive mohair, soft silk mohair. It's 70% mohair, 30% silk, and it has 225 meters per 25 grams. So good. And this is 248 meters per 50 grams. And it is 12.5% cashmere and 87.5% lamb's wool from Scotland. Beautiful. It's Biche Bouche. And I only know how to say this because of ARO Knits and Pearls. She's always saying Biche Bouche. And I'm like, Biche Bouche. I'm like, that's how you say it? I didn't realize that, you know, it was a different language. So I'm like, Biche Bouche. Like, I mean, I figured, but also it still sounded weird. And then when I finally got my own Biche Bouche, I knew how to say it for a video. So that's for the It's Not a Sweatshirt by Knitting for Olive. Let me, since I already started on a project, let me just show you guys what it looks like so far. It's crazy because I literally split for sleeves today, so you guys can really see like how it's working up and what it looks like. Here's the front. This is the front. It's crazy how I can tell what's the front and what's the back because of the German short rows that I did. And I'll talk more about this project and like my experience with working with German short rows in my podcast and also in the video of this sweater because I'm filming a separate video for this sweater. Anyway, this is what I have so far. This is my It's Not a Sweatshirt by Knitting. Okay, I don't like the way I'm holding it. There we go. My It's Not a Sweatshirt by Knitting for Olive. Oh my gosh. It would have been cool if I had a little bit of each project worked up, but I cannot work on a bajillion huge projects at once. Absolutely not. My brain would explode. I don't know how people do it. Like, they'll be like, this is my next whip and it's a sweater. Here's another whip. It's a sweater. Here's another. It's another sweater. I'm like, what? How are you working on so many sweaters at once? I can work on like a sweater, a slipover, a hat, a beanie. Yeah. Not huge, not all huge projects. What? How do you guys do it? Please let me know because, I mean, I was a person that only like monogamously knitted on, I have mohair on my lip, on one project. And now I can knit on multiple projects at once. So maybe I will get into that later, but not right now. I can't imagine that right now. Absolutely not. Nope. Anyway, but this is what it looks like, and it is so cute. And honestly, I was like, dang, I already have like an orangey looking sweater, which is this one, and I thought it would look more orange, but putting an actual orange next to the red, I'm like, oh no, this is so different. But it's so good. Do you see this? Okay, this is the first time I'm seeing it like this, so like holding it up to myself. Oh my gosh, I'm knitting on the medium. So excited. Kalila knitted hers in a small and I wore hers the other day and it fits like slim fitting, still like with a lot of ease, but like more form fitting, and it's nice. But this medium doesn't seem like it's gonna be too form fitting, which is exciting. I'm so excited to block this. Like, I'm having so much fun knitting this up, and this is not a podcast, so let me stop getting into it before I get into it. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, this is what, oh, let me show you guys the yarn together so you can see. Okay, so we have the mohair and we have the lamb's wool, and now we have the project. Look at, oh my gosh, look at this. Look at how the mohair takes. This is not a podcast, but I'm sorry. I just have to show you guys. Look at how the mohair takes over. Are you serious? Look at this. This is what it originally looks like, and this is it with the mohair. It makes it look ashy. I don't care. I like it. It looks good. But oh my gosh, it's just so crazy how mohair can really change your project. I love mohair. Oh, I love mohair. Anyway, okay, that's enough about this project because there's a lot more I can talk about, but Like I said, this is not a podcast episode, so let me save that for the actual podcast. Oh my, now that I think about it, this wasn't even a whip in my last podcast episode, and I think I'm going to be done with this by the time my next one comes out, and it's just going to be a finished object. That's great. Anyway, okay. Next, oh my gosh, my next project I'm going to work on is going to be, okay, this is not in order of what I'm actually like going to work on next after, like it's not a sweatshirt, it's just the next few projects that I have lined up, and I'll decide what I want to knit next after I finish a project or close to when I'm finishing a project. So it's all together, it's not in order of what I'm knitting next. Okay. Anyway, next one is the AROS sweater or AROS sweater by Petiteknit. I did not look at this sweater and was like, I want to knit the sweater. I am only knitting the sweater because Malika came to me and was like, hey, we're going to knit the AROS sweater, however you say it, together. So Malika, Mr. Bobbin, Kalila, More Copy Callie, and me, Crochet with Kaye. We are sisters and we are going to be knitting the AROS sweater together. I don't know whose idea it was. It was either Kalila's or Malika's, not sure. Malika came to me and was like, hey, let's knit this together. They saw my stash. I have so much yarn from Sorella. It's actually insane. Like, she takes up most of my stash, okay? Like, I have her, Red Door Fiber Studio, Teeny Button, and Explorer Knits, but Sorella takes up the majority, and I love it. I love it. She just came out with so many collections, and I was like, anyway, so I had a bunch of yarn, a bunch of like fingering weight and what's it called? Suri alpaca. I had it in 3 different colors, and I had sweater quantities in 3 different colors. When I tell you I went crazy with buying yarn from her, it's actually insane. Anyway, I had 3 different colors, and they looked at my stash and they were like, that looks kind of good. And so Malika was like, you can use this color, I can use this color, and Kalila can use this color. And I was like, okay. We literally just give each other yarn just because, like, if the yarn is sitting there and we're like, hey, I think I can use this yarn and utilize it and blah, 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 we're like, go ahead, take it. Like, I'm not going to use it anytime soon anyway. So it's good to actually give yarn to someone who's going to use it sometime soon. So let me show you the yarn that I'll be using for the AROS sweater. It's also in this bag. So this is so exciting. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? So I will be using a color that I have not used before in a project, and it is this beautiful, beautiful icy blue color. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. It's called Chateau, and it's hand-dyed yarn from Sorella. And actually, did this come from her winter collection last year? I mean, if it's not, it should have, you know. Anyway, I don't remember what collection it came from, or not a collection, a drop? I don't know. She has like fall drops and like winter drops, like tonals and stuff that last. Anyway, I'm not gonna explain that. It's gonna take too long. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful. I have never worked with Suri alpaca before, hand-dyed yarn or other, and I am so excited. Are you kidding me? Like, look at this fuzz. Look at it. It is so beautiful. And I got this in a red color and a green color as. Let me just show you guys, okay? I might as well. It's literally right here, so I'm gonna show you guys. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay. This is so cool. All right, so let me talk about my yarn first, and then I'll show you guys. Oh, it keeps falling out of my lap. I'll show you guys the other colors after. So let's start with the Suri. This is 100% Suri alpaca. It's 437 yards per 100 grams. It's fingering weight and beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Okay, I don't know why I just snapped, whatever. And of course we have 100% superwash merino wool, fingering weight. I love fingering weight. 438 yards per 100 grams. And bro, this together, the lighting keeps changing because I'm filming on my phone and it sucks. So Anyway, it's so pretty, it's so icy, and I'm so excited. This is so crazy. Anyway, so I will be knitting my AROS sweater in just this. The pattern calls for like stripes and stuff like that. I'm not striping. I like stripes. I do not love stripes. So if I don't have to stripe, I will not stripe. Which is why I get variegated yarns, because if I want a cool looking stripey something something, boom. Boom, the variegation can take a form of its own and give me art. Art. I love variegated yarns. I am obsessed with variegated yarns, and I think I'm getting yarn everywhere. I think I actually have an equal amount of tonals and variegated yarns in my hand-dyed yarn stash. But I love variegated yarns more than tonals, and Kalila loves tonals more than variegated yarns, which I'm like, you're disgusting. Anyway, this is mine, and let me show you the other colors, okay? So Malika will be using this. Am I sad to see this green go and I will not have it for a sweater? Yes. Am I excited to see my sister wear it? Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh. So this is the same composition as the blue that I showed you, but look at this green. Oh my god, so beautiful. So Malika, Mr. Bobbin, will be using this, and Kalila, aka More Copy Callie, will be using this. Look at this. I was excited to let this go because I have this red. I'm making an orange sweater. I am done with the oranges and the reds, so I'm excited because I don't think Kalila has worked with much of this color. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful. So the sisters and I have enough fingers. Oh gosh, the sisters and me, us. You guys see? Ooh, like this. Yes. Ooh, so exciting. So yeah, that's gonna be for my AROS sweater. I'm so excited for that sweater. I don't even know how it's constructed, so I'm excited to dive into that. I'm not sure if that's going to be the next one I do because it's not a sweatshirt, it's the second sweater I'm doing in a row. I might dabble into one of these slipovers that I have coming up on this list. So let's start off with the Stockholm slipover. Let me show you what it looks like. I don't remember what it looks like actually. I mean, it's just a slipover, so it looks like a slipover, I guess. I'm looking like this because I actually don't remember what yarn I said I was going to use with it. So let's see what's in here because I just stuffed yarn in here for the next few projects. Like, okay, this will be for this, this will be for this. And now I don't. Ah! I remember, just kidding. So Kalila did the Stockholm slipover and she used Drops Lima. And she had a bunch left over and she was like, here, in case you ever want to do it. And I'm like, why not? I might as well. And I am not a fan of white yarn. I have one other yarn that's kind of white, which I'll be showing you guys later. It's the yarn that I chose for the Monday sweater, which I'll talk about last. I'm gonna make you guys wait. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of white yarn. I like color. As you guys can probably tell, if you go to my Instagram, it's colorful. Filled with colors, all colors, okay? I have like one neutral sweater that I made and it was the, what is it called? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I need to, what is it? It's by Bethany, Well Loved Knits. I need to go to my Instagram and figure it. But see, this is why I post on Instagram, so that I can forever have it there so I can just reference it if I need to. Look at this. This is so colorful. Like, I'm having tip of the tongue phenomenon right now because I literally remember what it is, but I just can't remember. Oh my gosh, it was the first sweater I did this year. Oh my god. Anyway, it is a seamless mock neck sweater by Well Loved Knits. Let me just, I'm already here, might as well show you guys. Oh my gosh, it is so bright. This is the sweater. Can you guys see? You can see my phone. Boom. That's the only like neutral project that I have. Like, I am not a fan of creams or whites, especially alone. Like, if I had this and then I mixed it with like a colored mohair or something, like purple or something, that's so random. I don't know why I said purple, but I feel like it's a huge contrast to white. So if it was mixed with like a colored mohair, that would be fine. But you know, sometimes you just gotta get out of your comfort zone and just do it. So she had the leftover yarn. I'm like, let's not let the yarn go to waste and let's make our own Stockholm slipover. So she made one. It's gonna be cute. It's gonna be nice and simple. This is Drops Lima. I've never used Drops Lima, so that's gonna be fun. It is wool and alpaca. Oh, very nice. Okay, so this is what is this? DK? You can use 4mm. I think this is a DK weight yarn. Okay, let's see. It is 100 meters per 50 grams. Let me see. I think it might be DK. If it's not DK, it says yarn group B. What is that? I would say it's DK. If it's not, then it's too thin to be worsted, honestly. Anyway, you can look it up if you really want to know. It is 65% wool and 35% alpaca. Wool and alpaca? Ooh. It recommends 4mm needles. I don't know what the pattern recommends. I'll just use whatever the pattern recommends. And I'm excited. So I have enough for, I was going to say a sweater quantity. I am so used to making sweaters. I've never made a slipover before. So I'm very excited to make a slipover. And there is another slipover on this list, which we'll get to right now because I'm done talking about this. So Stockholm slipover. And the next one is the novice slipover, which I'm using. What am I using for this? Hello? Is the yarn not in here? Give me a second. Oh my gosh, you guys, I had this yarn in another project bag because I couldn't fit in the other ones. I was like, bro, I swear I put this somewhere. Anyway, it's in this Petiteknit bag that I have, project bag, so cute. It's like, I have like 3 Petiteknit project bags. Anyway, so Kalila had, there's a trend here. We seem to be swapping a lot of yarn. Anyway, Kalila had this yarn left over. What did she use this for? I don't know what she used this for actually, but she had this Noro yarn left over. So she had 2 full cakes, I'll call these cakes, of these plus this. So I decided this is like a DK weight yarn. So I'm like, or worsted actually. One of them. This is, I think it might be worsted, but it's like, it's thin. So it's like perfect for DK. And I'm like, I'm gonna make the novice slipover because why not? So I'll of course put a picture. I'm making the novice slipover out of this Noro yarn right here. I love Noro yarn so much. Like I said, I love variegated yarns, and Noro is all about the variegation and the colors, and oh, it's so beautiful, and the composition is so insane to me every time. Like, they just mix everything together and make it a beautiful yarn. It's actually crazy. So this is made up of 26% silk, 21% cotton, 15% viscose, 14% mohair, 12% wool, and 12% polyamide. Like, why? Why? Why is all of this in here? I didn't even look at this before I started filming, so I didn't even know what was in here. I just know Noro just puts everything together and creates something beautiful. So this is actually insane. I'm just gonna single strand this, and whatever the pattern calls for is what I will use. But I am so excited for this. I think I might actually do the novice slipover next after this. It's not a sweatshirt, because one, I want to work with this yarn immediately, and two, I feel like the novice slipover, I worked on a novice sweater and now it's beginner friendly, so I feel like this novice sweater, I mean novice is like beginner, so I think this novice sweater will also be beginner friendly, and which means it'll be really easy and mindless. So I love mindless. I'll most likely do this one next, which is so excited. And Noro is Japanese yarn. I need to go to Japan, see what other Noro they have there, you know? Oh. So anyway, yeah, this is the next one. Oh my gosh. So I just have two slipovers. Yeah, two slipovers on this list, the Stockholm slipover and the novice slipover. So I'll do the Stockholm slipover. No, I'll do the novice slipover first and then the Stockholm slipover. Yeah. All right, what's next? We have, the Louvre sweater, you guys. I have been wanting to do the Louvre. I think that was like the first sweater that I wanted to knit up when I first started knitting, but it looked too hard. And I actually need to look through the pattern again to see if it's actually easy, because when I first looked at it, when I first started knitting, I was like, absolutely not. You will not catch me knitting this sweater anytime soon, even though I really, really want to knit it. But let me knit all these easy sweaters first, and then I'll get to it. And now it's on my list to knit. I'm probably going to knit it after I knit the AROS sweater. So I think it's going to go, it's not a sweatshirt, which I'm doing right now, then a novice slipover, and then the AROS sweater, and then probably the Louvre sweater, and then a Stockholm slipover. It might go like that. We'll see. Okay, what am I talking about right now? Oh, the Louvre sweater. Okay, here's the yarn. I've wanted to do it forever. Okay, yeah. So the yarn I'm going to use is, why do I keep getting yarn from Kalila? What is happening here? Like, all this yarn is like yarn from Kalila, besides like the hand-dyed yarn and stuff. Anyway, the yarn I'll be using is Petiteknit by Sadness Gone. Okay, Gone. I got it. Okay, I will say Sadness Gone because Gone is gonna make I have to like gone. Anyway, this is the yarn that I'm using and I'm so excited. So Kalila, either she was going to use it for a project or she used it for a project. I think she was going to use it for a project, and then she worked with black yarn with like another yarn, and she was like, I'm not working with black yarn again. This is absolutely not. So I was like, gimme, gimme, gimme. Hello? She was like, you can have it. And I was like, girl, you're giving me Sadness Gone Petiteknit? Hello? Are you serious? Thank you. So she had like a bajillion balls. She had like 18 balls or something. I don't know. She had a lot, okay? And so she gave it to me, and I'm like, I'm gonna knit the Louvre sweater because why not a black Louvre sweater? I think Petiteknit knitted hers in like this green, like dark green color that looked black, unless it is black. I don't know. I'll have a picture right here for you guys. So anyway, it was this dark color, and I was just like, a black Louvre sweater will be so good, and plus it will hide all my stitches and unevenness because hello, dark color, you won't be able to see a lot. Oh my gosh, I am so excited for this. So the yarn, where is it? It is 100% Norwegian wool. 100% Norwegian wool. I am so excited. Where's the, hello? Oh, okay, 91 meters per 50 grams. Oh my gosh, that's why she has a lot. Holy crap, this is not a lot in one. But that's okay. I'm very excited to use this. That's the Louvre sweater. I was gonna say the last thing because this was the last thing on the list before I added the Monday sweater, but the second to last thing on this list is not a sweater, surprisingly. What? Actually, now that I think about it, that list that I said was not correct because this is gonna be higher on the list. This is probably gonna be the third thing that I knit, actually. Third or fourth. Anyway, I am going to knit up the Sunday tee next. So this was not on my list at all, not in my plans whatsoever. It was in Kalila's plans. She's like, I'm knitting up the Sunday tee. This looks so good, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm not, But then after we had that conversation, I walked into the room, I looked at my stash, and then this yarn sang to me. Not spoke, sang. It said, pick me, hi, hi, I'm here. See me. It was singing, okay? And I was like, you looking mighty good sitting on my shelf right there, but you also look mighty good as a Sunday tee. Why did my brain do that? Why did I do that? I did not need any more projects lined up, okay? But the yarn sang to me, so I had to sing back. So here is the yarn. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Are you kidding me? Do you see this? Do you see this? What? Hello? Oh my gosh. This yarn is from Teeny Button. It is hand-dyed yarn, and this green is so pretty. Imagine this in a Sunday tee. Like, look at the picture. Imagine it. Hello? Oh my gosh, so beautiful. So this is fingering weight yarn. It is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards, and it's called Winifred Sanderson. It's based on one of the Sanderson sisters from that one Halloween movie that everyone's obsessed with. Sorry, don't know it. I got it because the yarn was pretty and it's green, which is my favorite color. So imagine this as a Sunday tee. And I have like 4 of these, so I know I'm gonna have some left over. And this isn't like the type of yarn that the pattern calls for, but I don't care. I don't usually use the yarn that the pattern calls for. Sometimes I don't even use the yarn weight that it calls for, and I just wing it and just do my own thing, and it works out. Even when I don't gauge swatch, because I don't gauge swatch. But I don't care. Knitting is art for me, and I just want to have fun with it. And I love yarn, so I'm gonna enjoy the process no matter what. And gauge swatching will not help me enjoy the process. Just saying. Sorry. Do I have more yarn in here? Why am I closing this? No, I don't have more yarn in here. Okay. Anyway, so that's the Sunday tee. So exciting. This is so hard to close. Anyway. Oh, I didn't even close it. Did I close this one? All right, for the finale, the last thing on this, I turned my iPad off, I forgot. Okay, I don't need to see anyway. The last thing on this list, it is the midnight sweater that I talked about in the beginning. So like I said, I didn't even put this on the list because it's not a pattern that's out yet. And when I started talking about it, I'm like, wait, I do plan on knitting it like almost immediately when it comes out. Why don't I have yarn planned for it, and why don't I talk about it in this video instead of like another video or something? So I literally was looking at my stash, as you guys saw, and boom, yarn spoke to me, sang to me. Not spoke, sang, okay? If it speaks, it's like, okay, I can, you know, go on by, whatever. But if it sings, I have to use it for something immediately. So I saw this yarn, and the yarn really sang to me because this pattern, I'm pretty sure it's going to be just a fingering weight with mohair. And this yarn I already have mohair and fingering weight yarn for it, so I don't have to like buy anything or wait. I can literally start on it immediately. It also called to me because I want to work with any light yarn that I can and get it out of my stash. Anyway, so I have this hand-dyed yarn right here. Sorella again, hello. This yarn right here. Do you see this beauty? Oh my gosh, this is the other yarn that I was talking about that's like white, but it has some color in it. So it's not just pure white like that Drops Lima. Sorry. White yarn is just not my thing. White yarn, lightly colored, like cutesy yarn, I'm just not a fan of. But if I do have it in my stash, it's because I'm trying to branch out. But I mostly like solid, deep colors, like, Ooh. But you know, just like this, I'm trying to branch into like lighter feminine colors or whatever, just to see how it is and have a few projects with those colors. But I'm mostly a anyway. Okay, this is so pretty. So this is called When It Snows. This is from our winter collection, pretty sure. It's When It Snows, so hello. So beautiful. So this is also When It Snows, and as you can see, this barely has any purple in it. Like, you can probably see a little bit, but this one has a lot of purple and blues. Like, the mohair for this yarn is barely white, but the main fingering base is mainly white. So mixing this mohair with this is going to make such a beautiful garment. Are you serious? I cannot wait. I am so excited. It's actually crazy. This mohair right here is 72/28, so 72% kid mohair and 28% silk, and it has 459 yards per 50 grams. This is like the prettiest mohair I have ever owned. Like, this is actually insane. And then this is 100% superwash merino wool, 438 yards per 100 grams. And when I tell you guys I am so excited, I can talk about this for so long, but I'm so excited to start knitting it up. And I have 4 of each, so I have a sweater quantity. So we shall see how much yarn the Monday sweater uses up. Probably not that much, and I probably most likely have enough, because I noticed that if I get 4 hanks of hand-dyed yarn, it's usually enough for a sweater quantity for myself. So that is the last project, so that should be 7 projects in total. Let's see, I talked about everything, right? Oh my gosh, pretty sure. It's a sweatshirt, AROS sweater, LOUVRE sweater, Stockholm slipover, novice slipover, Sunday tee, and Monday sweater. Yep, okay. I talked about every single thing. So those are the 7 projects that I will be working on next. So you guys won't be surprised when I'm like, all right, I'm starting this project. It's like, oh yeah, that was part of her list of projects that she's working on. And also, if I add anything, I will most likely tell you guys in a vlog. Yeah, a vlog or actually a podcast episode. It depends, but right now, I do not plan to add anything else to this list. That's a lie, because literally today I was talking to Kalila and I was telling her about a project that I want to work on later this year. But I feel like it's going to be like way after, not way after, but it's going to be after I finish all of these projects, because it's not a sweatshirt that I showed you guys. That's 2 days of work, okay? 2 days of knitting. That's a lot of progress. So the way that I'm knitting right now, I feel like the next project that I have in my mind will be coming up sooner than I think. Anyway, that's all I have right now though for my next few projects, and I don't plan to add anything else. I most likely will not add anything else right now until I am mostly done with these projects. So yeah guys, let me know which yarn you like the most. Honestly, the yarn I like the most is the yarn I just showed you guys, because it's so pretty and I'm so excited to use it. So pretty, and that Monday sweater is gonna look so good. Also, let me know what you guys plan on working on next, or what you're currently working on, any and everything. If you plan out your projects like me, or if you literally have a project in mind for all of the yarn you have in your stash. Not me, could not be me. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and click that notification bell, because it will notify you guys whenever I post another video. And also follow me on Instagram, because that's where you guys will see any updates on my yarn and my projects. And I'll see you guys in the next one.